What's going on, everybody? Mookie Stinks here with yet another review, this one of an esports title called Swing Dunk. Now before we get started and jump right into this, I want to go ahead and have you click that like button, click the subscribe, turn on the notifications so you get new indie reviews all the time from your main man, that is me, Mookie Stinks. Now, let's just jump right into this. This is Swing Dunk. This was developed by bucketplay.inc. It was released on November 9th of 2020. It's an open beta. I'm trying to choose my words really carefully here. This game has a really good idea. It's very fun, but, and this is a strong but, it needs everybody to jump on and try it out. It needs everyone to get on and give the developers feedback, because while the idea is fantastic, while the gameplay looks good, it needs a lot of work. Now this game could be maybe a big hit. It could be the next big hit, but it is lacking in quite a few areas. So here's what I'm going to tell you about this game. The movement is very, very slow. It feels slow and even a little bit clunky. The turbo system that they have in place also feels clunky. Now, while the movement feels relatively smooth in the aspect of turning, what you're seeing on the screen, that is due to me going in and completely redoing the control scheme. Now, this game does have controller and keyboard support, so I tried it with the keyboard first, and much like when you play Rocket League, you still use a controller because it's just a smoother experience and one I much prefer. Now, this one, it was kind of hard choosing at first until I realized that you could completely do the control scheme on your own, and it takes a lot of work. What they originally have on the controller is not good. So luckily, they gave you the ability now in the last patch, I think it was, to completely do your own control scheme. And once you do that and you play around with it for a while and you get used to it, you can actually get something that's playable, because before that, it's almost not. So next thing you need to know about this game is that there's no players. Again, it's open beta, and I get that, but you jump into a game and maybe 20% of the time you'll get mashed up with one other player. Now, this is supposed to be a 3v3, and if it were, it would be awesome. But realistically, it's usually you playing against other AI, or you playing against another person and some AI. And I'll tell you this about the AI right now. As you're watching right on the screen, as you just saw, the AI will not defend against the AI. So your game becomes a little bit lackluster. Now, while they don't defend against each other, they will aggressively steal the ball from you, and they will camp right underneath the hoop, as you'll see quite often, and just stop you from making the shot. It's about 20% of the time you'll make it, 20% of the time they'll block it. As far as the shooting mechanics go, they're nice. You know, the swinging the ball, there it is, swing dunk, right? You also just saw them screw me out of a shot. But the mechanics for the swinging and stuff, those are all really good once you get the control scheme down. It's fun, but I don't know. The AI, back to the AI though, it's garbage playing against the AI. You'll score 40 points, 30 points, 20 points playing against the AI, but when you get in with another player, it really slows it down dramatically. Someone to actually think. If they did some mass improvement to the AI, it could very well be a fun experience, even in single player like that, but until they do, it's kind of unplayable, to be honest with you. It's more like playing practice just to get the hang of the controls, so that maybe on the rare chance you do get hooked up with another player, that you'll be ready to, actually compete. With all that being said, there's also, even if you want to bring your friends into this, there is no party system. Now again, this is open beta, so if you jump on and you give them all the feedback and you tell them you want it, I'm sure they will bring it to you. They seem like a committed developer, so I have all the confidence in the world that they are actually trying to bring new features to the game. They want this thing to succeed. I get that feeling, and I would hope that everybody will actually give this a shot. And if you do give it a shot, please give them some feedback, because there are players like myself, and I'm sure many others, who would like this thing to actually have a player population. And in order to do that, we're going to need to actually see the improvements that people want. So with all that being said, you're going to see a little bit of gameplay here of me actually playing against another player. You'll notice that a lot less scoring happens, a lot more defense. And it really made the game funner. It really did. But the one big thing about it is the dribbling of the ball, or that swing arm as you got. Way I set it up would be to use the second joystick, the right joystick, to control the movement to the ball. You swing it around you is like your dribble, your defense mechanism. You're avoiding other players with it. And then you can shoot the ball by jumping and slamming it. dunking, or you can actually jump, swing it, and release the ball at any point in time for a three-pointer. I don't have that mastered yet. Again, the control scheme is so difficult to get the hang of, and what you have to do to customize it because of the way you dribble the ball really makes for a stiff learning curve even on your own control scheme. So it's a great game. It's very fun, but it does make it a little bit of a challenge, which I like a challenge, and that's fantastic. The one thing I would say is I may experiment in the future with the right joystick not being my movement of the ball as far as left and right goes when I'm swinging, and only having the up and down function for like dunking. But other than that, I don't know. There's not much more to say about it other than it does have a customization feature, and it's pretty good. I mean, you got a character, you can customize everything like you can in Rocket League. You got your board, your hairstyles, your clothing, your gloves, all that stuff. Really cool. You got your effects from the board turbo and whatnot. That's all really fantastic. The only thing I would say is if they're not going to speed the game up, then I would like to see some of these things actually affect like a baseline stat. So, in much like a real sports game, there would be, certain players are faster than others, and if every player had a baseline stat and then each thing affected it differently, or jumping or dunking or shooting or whatever, I think that could really elevate the game. It would be a fun concept. So again, if you guys would like to see that, then don't forget to jump on there, give them all your feedback, and just enjoy the game. I recommend playing it. I recommend sharing it with your friends. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I am Mookie Stinks. Don't forget to subscribe, like, click the notifications, tell all your friends, send it to your grandma. I don't know. Just help spread the love. I love you guys. And until next time, peace.